They were all good, but she sang a song, and she probably told you the Universal Soldier. She sang that for me because I asked her to do that. And that sends such an important message to me personally, because it talks about really the essence of decision making. And it talks about when you really resist and should you strike? Should you strike and not participate any longer? And that song makes the point that it's the universal soldier that allows the bureaucrats and the big government power mongers in Washington and around the world to exist. And it's always done. They entice you, they get young people, and they make you feel like if you don't go along, you're unpatriotic. And like the song says, for 1,000 years, there's been the universal soldier. And where would the dictators be if we didn't have the universal soldier willing to go? There would be no wars. I think of the story of the early days of World War I on Christmas Eve. When they took a pause, and the Germans and the British started singing Christmas carols. And they finally got together and exchanged gifts and had a Christmas tree. And then in a day or two later, the armed might of the government comes in and said, you will not have peace. You must go back to shooting and killing each other again. Two Christian nations killing each other for senseless reasons. No sense whatsoever. And it was the control of the universal soldier. And I have to confess, I've been the universal soldier too. You know, as a young man, as a doctor, I was drafted during the Cuban crisis. Ended up serving, not in Vietnam, but during that era. But there were times that people were starting to resist. But I marched off, and I was the universal soldier. And there's a tough decision. What we need today to replace the universal soldier is the universal champion of liberty. Just as we need a president who offers to do less and not to run your life and run the economy and police the world, we once again have to have individuals who will stand up and defend our liberties. That is what we need. Freedom really is the answer, and fortunately for us, freedom is still very popular. Traditionally, over the history of mankind, governments have always appealed to idealism, whether it's to draft us and call us up and do duty, and if you don't do it, you're unpatriotic. And this is the problem that we have, that they're always appealing to the idealism. And the idealist, goes along with it. But they do evil things. They get people to get pulled in because they're idealists and they want to do it. Why can't we do the same thing to appeal to the idealism of the young people, the people of the country, to do the right thing? Let me close by just giving you a strong word of encouragement, mainly because I've been very encouraged by you. And you have given me a whole lot. And I sincerely believe our day is coming. It's only beginning. What has happened in these last 18 months has been phenomenal. And can you imagine going from those 12 spammers we had at the beginning to what we have here tonight? So, in 18 months, let's say that we had 1,000% increase in our numbers of energetic freedom fighters. What if we have 1,000% increase with those who are with us today? We have a large crowd here tonight. But what about the country? We're not talking about 10,000. We're not talking about 100,000. We're not even talking about the 1.2 million that voted in the campaign for our election. We're talking about many millions of people in this country and around the world who have heard this message, and it's growing, and it seems like even if they try, they can't stop us. So once again, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the trust that you have placed in me, but more so the trust that you have placed in the concept of our God-given rights to our life and our liberty. Thank you very much.